Figured I'd show y'all what I'm doing. I did pick up a, you can see a fuel filter there, and I'm about to change it out. But this thing, when it was running super bad, we started it up about 10 years ago, or 8 years ago, when we determined when we found out the fuel pump was bad and it was pumping gas into the oil. It was running on some old gas, and I don't know if it was just because of that or what, but I remember the converter was glowing red, and I don't know if it popped back or what, but if you look at the muffler, is kind of like, I don't know what it did, it exploded or something, but it's all deformed. So I was wondering if it had a restriction in the exhaust from that muffler. As bad as that muffler looks, I don't think it's actually leaking. But so the way you test for an exhaust restriction is you can check it by vacuum. So you look at your vacuum reading at idle, and you can see it's about 20, which is good. Hook up to manifold pressure, which means it's vacuuming all the time. You know, it's below the throttle plates on the carburetor. And I just hooked up in the very back, kind of where the transmission kickdown hooks up. I actually undid the lines that go to the AC, where the you know, it controls the dampers for the AC vents. I just undid that line, plugged in there. So you can see we've got 20 inches of vacuum. So we'll give it some gas, get it up to about 2,000 RPM, and if there's an exhaust restriction, so when we give it gas, you'll see the vacuum will fluctuate. But then once I'm holding it steady, the vacuum should stay steady. So you'll see it blip a little bit as I'm giving it gas, but once the engine kind of levels out and gets at a constant RPM, the vacuum should stay constant. If there's a restriction in the exhaust, as the engine struggles to get that exhaust out, then it has trouble sucking air in because it's having trouble getting the exhaust out, and you'll see the vacuum drop off. So we should see it stay normal. So I'd say no exhaust restrictions there. So I think we're good. We should have seen it drop off. If we would have had a restriction. So I think we're okay. I'm just going to let that muffler stay like that for a while. It also needs a new tailpipe. It's got a few holes in it. So at some point I will change the exhaust, the tailpipe, and the muffler. But for now, it doesn't sound like there's an exhaust leak in it, and it doesn't seem to be restricted. So we're just going to let it stay like that. But let's get this fuel filter changed out.